Hey buds, it's Doug. Welcome to Doug's Buds. This is my bud, Nora Princiotti. What's your full name, Nora?
Nora Princiotti.
What's your full name, though?
This is horrible. I don't like this show anymore. My full name is Leonora Frederica Martin Princiotti.
It's a big name.
Thanks, Mom.
What'd you do today, Nora?
Today I woke up and I got some coffee, and then I went to the mall, and I've basically stayed at the mall. I've done some work at the mall. I've walked around at the mall.
What is the last thing you wrote that you would be willing to speak to me about?
I wrote a story about Danny Amendola that was on the front page of the Boston Globe today.
Whoa.
Even though there was FBI news yesterday, thought I was going to get knocked off.
More important than the FBI.
Yes.
What did Mike Leach say to you about Danny Amendola?
Mike Leach said many things about Danny Amendola to me. He told me a story about Danny climbing over a 12-foot chain link fence when he punted a football out of the Texas Tech practice field, and he said he was like a raccoon.
Ooh.
And Mike Leach actually really likes raccoons, so that's a high compliment.
I have friends who really like raccoons, and they have raccoon tattoos.
Are your friends Mike Leach?
Yes. What do you think about the weather right now?
It's cold.
It's a thing that friends talk about, is the weather.
I love to. So this is actually a pet peeve of mine, is that I wish that talking about the weather wasn't, like, there was no stigma attached to it, because I love talking about the weather, but I don't do it because then people assume that you don't have anything else to talk about.
Right.
When in reality, I would just prefer to talk about the weather.
That makes sense. I was looking at the forecast today, and at 1 a.m., it just said, like, precipitation ice.
What?
So ice is just going to fall on our heads at 1 a.m., so don't be outside.
That kind of happened at Patriot Place like 2 weeks ago, so.
Do you want to eat a Tide Pod?
No.
Well, we're going to eat Tide Pods.
No. That's not a. Oh.
All right. It's a Tide Pod.
Oh, it's a Tide Pod. I don't want to eat that. That seems bad for me.
It's actually Blue Shark. Do you want one?
Yes.
Do you want a Tide Pod?
No. Oh, I mean, yes, I'm going to eat this Tide Pod.
Oh, this is hard to eat on TV, on the camera. It's going to take a while.
Soapy.
But you like gummy sharks, right?
I'm chewing. Yes, I do like gummy sharks.
You chewed that fast.
Well, I felt a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure so that I could keep talking. You invited me here on your show. There was no preparation process for this. This is not what buds do.
This is what buds do. They have fun. They eat gummy sharks.
I don't know if I'm having fun.
What's your most notable mall experience? We're in the mall. We're living in the mall for the next week. What's your most notable mall experience?
Oh, so I accidentally name dropped the Hot Pepper Palace that's sort of like over there.
Yes.
On our podcast this morning, not our podcast, my employer's podcast, and then found out afterwards that the hot pepper guy is like finding people who mention his establishment and maybe like sort of giving them hot sauce, but it sounded more ominous than that. So that experience I think is still ongoing because I'm kind of looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
But that.
I meant like in your entire life, but I think we're gonna roll with that being your most notable mall experience in your entire life because you don't go to the mall very often.
I've lived in a very rural place and very urban places. So the mall is actually like I feel uneasy and very much out of my element here at the Mall of America.
When I was 6 years old, I was shopping with my mom and sister, and we were at the Bon Marché in Linwood, Washington, and we were in like the girls section. My sister was 8 at the time, and this little girl walked up to my family and was like, "What is he doing in here?"
What were you doing in there?
I was shopping with my family. What was I supposed to do? Go off on my own?
A likely story.
Okay. Do you want to eat some more candy and rate it?
So now we don't have to call it a Tide Pod.
No, this is Sour Patch Kids Exploders.
I'll do that.
This is a regular feature. I do Doug's Bugs on Instagram.
Yes, I've seen
where we eat weird food and then we give it a rating on a scale of bug to bud. That's bug with a G to bud with a D.
Okay.
And you can give it however many bugs or buds as you want.
But is bugs bad and
Yes.
buds is good?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm a Doug's bud. I am great.
Yeah.
So I get it. That's how I can.
Do you want one?
Oh, whoa, these are weirdly
really big.
shaped. Did anyone think this was going to be this shape? I did not.
No.
Oh my God, liquid came out of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's that good.
No.
I would give it 1 bud, because I'd probably still eat them.
I'm gonna give it 1 bug.
1 bug.
I kind of don't like them.
All right. Final question. Do you have anything you want to ask me?
Yes. So, this show is called Doug's Buds.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that you are not having my friend Sammy Maris on. Because you don't know her. Doug doesn't know my best friend, but sometimes he pretends to. And
I do
just
pretend to.
wanted
She's
use
not
this
here.
Moment.
I'll call her on the phone, and she'll be a bud
I hate
for
this.
life. This has been the second episode of Doug's Buds. You are following up Ted Karras. He's a bud of yours.
Ted Karras
He's a better
is
bud of
wonderful.
mine. And we'll be back all week with Doug's Buds.